Okay, good morning, wonderful people. I'm hoping that you are all well. It's time to get it done. It's time to get the ponds completed and running. We're going to say running, actually, not completed. It's been long enough. It has been long enough. I have been coming out of my door in every day to look at a very big hole in the middle of my garden, and it's been long enough. The parts have slowly been coming in for it as I could. This bit of hair is really driving me insane. Excuse me. Yeah, the parts have been coming in bit by bit as and when I could, and not all the parts are here. Let me just stipulate that first. Not all the parts are here, but I do think I have enough parts, to at least get it semi running. It's now August. It's now the end of August, and I need to get this done. This can't be something that goes on into next year. Now, as for its full completion, it's not going to happen until next year. It's just not going to happen. There's other things that need to be done. I've had other things to be worrying about. I've had lots and lots of other things go on, of which have stopped this, or I've not had the will to do it. So we're now going to get this running. Let me explain to you by semi running. The original plan was to, let me sit down for a second. The original plan was to have this pond running off of 2 retrofit bottom drains, which then run into 2 pumps, then runs into the filter system. Okay, now there's things that have changed about that to a degree, but what I mean by semi running is, obviously I have the liner. I was gifted the liner way before I think I even broke ground, so that's always been here. I was also gifted a UV system roughly around the same time, might have even been before that actually, which has been packed away in a box, ready and waiting. So those 2 things were gifted to me, of which I'm very grateful for, and we'll get to those as and when I'm putting them in or installing them. So the liner's here, okay? I have 2 retrofit bottom drains. I have those, they are sitting over there, I'm looking at them. I have 1 pump at the moment, and I have the piping to fit onto the retro bottom drains to run to the pump, to run into the filter system. I have ordered, and I'm waiting for, they should be here in a day or so's time, the pipe for the returns to arrive. The filter at the moment, we'll get to what kind of filter I'm using, because that's had to change, because the filter system was going to be a DIY filter that was going to be made. I don't think I have the capabilities to be doing that. I do think that the filter system would have worked. I just don't think I have the capabilities to be doing that. I would be concerned that, even though in theory I know how it runs and I know how to build it, the issue would be that I'm going to keep springing leaks, because I'm not going to fit it correctly, I'm not going to join them correctly. It's going to cause a whole thing. So for my own benefit, I've changed the filter system over. I came up with another DIY thing that I thought I could do, of which we'll go through when we get to the filter system part. And I decided that, as much as I thought that was going to work, because even though it's very similar, it just would have been easier for me to drill holes and fit parts to it. It would have been really difficult for me in the time that I've had to think about this pond. Certain things have changed for my own benefit. It's been because I don't think I'm going to be able to clean it efficiently enough. or the filter system I was going to use was going to be so tall that my short butt would need step ladders in order to get to it, possibly to get to it, and even I don't even know whether I'll be able to clean out the bottom efficiently enough. So we've gone for something that I believe would be easier for me to deal with. So the whole system has had to go on what's easiest for me, because not only now am I building it, it's also down to what I've got to maintain. It's me that's got to maintain it at the end of the day, and so it's what's easiest for me. So as it stands at the moment, I have the liner. I'm going to put the liner in. She says, oh dear. I tell you what, in all fairness, I'm actually more concerned about the liner than I am anything else at the moment. It's getting the liner right. It's scary. And it shouldn't be scary, it's a liner. It's weird. So yeah, I'm going to put the liner in. I'm going to fit both the bottom drains into the ponds. This is the idea. I'm going to fit both the bottom drains into the ponds, run obviously the pipework out of the ponds, and then we'll start dealing with the rest of it going. Now I am only running one pump at the moment. The idea is that even though I'm only running one pump, there is only going to be one bottom drain attached to that pump. The other one is just going to be sitting there waiting with the pipework all set, all going into where the filters are, or where the filter will be, whatever, to it, but I'm going to blank off the pipe. So then that way then it's sitting, it's waiting, it's just waiting dormant for me to be able to, once I've got the other pump and the other filter, I can then just hook straight up to it, run it straight in. It's not going to be a problem. So the pipework will already be laid for that. But as it stands, the plan is to run it off of one bottom drain, one pump, one filter. I am not concerned about putting fish into this pond this year. I have a polytunnel right there. There's the pipework. I have a polytunnel. I'm not concerned. It doesn't worry me. They can spend another winter in there and everything will be fine. I might put I might put 2 to 4 in here maybe, little tiddlers, like on the smallest scale of what I've got. Just to, so the filters can start cycling and whatever else and break it in that way. As for all the bigger fish, I'm in no rush. That can wait, it's not a problem. I've waited this long, I can wait a bit longer. I just want to see the pond with water in it and moving water. I didn't want to fill it, even though I've had the liner here for a long time now. There's no point putting water into a pond when it's just going to sit there and go stagnant. So I might as well just wait until I could move water in my head. So what I'm going to do now, after this long explanation, of which I think I owed you, I'm telling you what's happening, what I'm planning to do. She says, with her fingers crossed, everything's crossed. I'm going to get on with this. I'm going to put the liner in, and then we'll start talking about the decisions I've made about pipework, the decisions I've made about the filter as we get to those sections. So for now, the task is underlay, liner, both bottom drains with pipework attached, and then start filling it. And then once they're attached and I know where they're sitting and I'm happy with that, then I'll start trenching out for the pipework to go from the pond to what will be the filter shed, which isn't the shed at the moment, but it's fine. We're going to get there. It's not a problem. So let me go and get all my gump out, and if I don't have it and I come across the problem, like, oh, that needs a joining thingy or what's it, technical stuff, then I'm just going to have to shoot out and go and bloody well get it, aren't I? So, but from what I can gather, I think I have everything I need to get this stage done. And what I don't have already on site, as far as I'm aware, is already ordered and it is en route to me. So hopefully we can get somewhere. So the big pond dig begins again. Well, it's not, is it? Because it's dug, this bit. Really, the hard work's done, isn't it? It's now just the faffing. It's all the bits now that yeah. So it's just the stuff, isn't it? It's just getting it all running without any without any problems. I could get called away, I could get mummed, I could have work phone calls, I could have anything. So we're just gonna get this done as I can get it done, but I'm fed up now with looking at a hole. So it's just gonna have to, we're just gonna have to do this. We need to do this, people. So yeah, let me go and get all my stuff out and start with the scary part, which is putting the liner in and making sure that I don't have too many creases or they're folded correctly or whatever else. I'd like to say I've had practice at doing this, but twice. Twice. So, and never on this scale. It's a funny shape, isn't it? It's a nice shape. I like the shape. Don't get me wrong. I don't begrudge the size it is at all. Yeah. It's just gonna be. There's gonna be creases, and I've got to make sure they look right. Otherwise, I'm gonna have it in my head that that's not right, Vicky. That's not right. Do it again. Okay, right. So let me go and get everything done. Okay. So I think. Chuck that round there because I know it's hitting the mic, and unfortunately I have to have a mic because something's gone wrong with it. Whatever. I don't particularly like it, trust me. Okay, so I've got 2 bits of carpet. Well, obviously one's there and the other one's over there. And then obviously I've got the underlay that was bought for me by Daz last year at some point. So thank you, Daz. Hello, if you're out there. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to use the carpet for the edge because there was quite a few roots I had to cut because obviously, you know, there's trees all around me, so there's quite a few roots there. So I'm thinking there's nothing on the bottom here that I think is going to be that sharp to worry the liner. So I'm going to stick the thicker stuff, which is the carpet, up against the sides and then use the other underlay to do the bottom and then maybe the sides as well, just for a little bit extra. I don't know. I'm winging this, people. I'm winging this. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Okay, right. So, yeah. So if I, yeah. Do you think that'll work? I think it'll work. I've got to remember that I don't have to shout to you because the mic's there. This necklace, it might have to come off, you know. So, I'm thinking, oh, this is bigger than I thought it was actually. Yeah, well, it's definitely not, even with both parts, it's not going to do all of it. Because as much as this is a fairly large piece of carpet, it's not going to be big enough to do all of it. It's a fairly big pond. I'm not going to say it's massive. It's massive for me, but it's not massive on the comparison size of people's ponds out there. It's not huge. I'm not after a big show pond or anything. I just want a nice feature pond. So I'm fiddling with that in the necklace again because it's going to have to come off, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping if I was to, I might have to get out again. I did do some more digging, as you can probably tell. Is it tapered? Whatever. The bottom in for the 2 bottom drains. The idea is one will go here and the other one here. And I think the first one I'm going to link up is going to be my furthest one away. Let's get the furthest one done first. But anyway, we're not at that stage yet, Vicky. You're getting ahead of yourself, as per usual. So if we take that to the edge of that, we have to, and then You know, it may have been easier for me to unfold this outside of the pond. And then flop it over. That might have been a wiser solution, Vicky, considering you're on your Todd. But where there is a will, there is a way. Is that a bomb? Can someone tell me that's watching? Probably not. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. Yeah, so don't panic. I'm not going to have you on the whole entire time of me doing this. I'll time lapse it or something. So, yeah, so if we go for something like that, round, because there's some meaty roots sticking out up there that I'm concerned about even puncturing through that underlay. So if I use this stuff, so if I get this in line, get hold of me rocks, boulders, whatever they're called, things to prop it, and then I'll cut it and then go all the way around. I should have enough to go all the way around to at least do the real dodgy bits. So let me get on with faffing with this, because you don't need to see this, because all of you watching have probably laid one of these before and know way more than I do, of which you're already probably screaming at me that I'm doing it wrong. But you know what? By the time you guys see this, there'll be water in here and water moving, so it'll be fine. I would have already corrected my parfoos, people. It's fine, she says. So let me get on with this. I'm going to faff with it a little bit more, and then we'll get back once I've cut it all and lined it all. Excuse the dog. The farmer's next door cutting his field, so we might hear tractors, but the yard dogs are having a moment, of which I'm surprised Molly and Lily haven't kicked off over it, but you know, hi ho, there he goes. There he goes. Whoosh. So, as I was saying that, he's just drove out. Right, so let me go on with this. I'll be straight back to you. Oh, will you leave off? You're so weird. You're a weirdo. Go away. I'm trying to concentrate. Stop being so weird. You could possibly be on camera being a complete and utter idiot. What are you digging at it? You stupid pup. Don't chew on the scissors. This is exactly why I didn't get Stanley knife out. It's not because I don't trust myself. I'm used to bleeding. You, on the other hand, are a complete idiot. Well, it's the next day. My lord. Yeah, things didn't go quite according to plan yesterday. We had a few hiccups. I say we, it's the royal we. I got mummed at, which is fine, that's not a problem, so I went off to go and do that. I then got a phone call, so I disconnected my mic from the bottom of my phone, because I know it interferes with the audio on the call. And yeah, I put it down and I don't know what I've done with it, so I lost that. So that put a carbosh onto it, and then I ended up down the field doing some fencing because one of my posts was broken. So I had to cut a new end on a new point onto that, drive that in, which absolutely knackered me because those posts are really tall, and that involves me on a step ladder with said pole banger. It's a whole lot. It's a whole ordeal. But as you hopefully you can tell, I now have a new mic. So hopefully the audio will be better than the other one, because I understand the other one, to me it sounded awful. So I'm hoping that this one is better. So we have a new mic system. Thank you, Amazon Prime. Yes, so we are going to continue. Once I get this down me. Okay, so you can see that I've put all the carpet round now. That is all of my carpet that I've used. So now it's time for the underlay. So underlay. I'm going to put, sorry. The amount of times I've wanted to do that, every time I say that word, it just pops into my head. So I'm sorry, squirrel moment. So I'm gonna put that down. I'm not even gonna say the word there. I'm gonna put that down. See how I'm hoping to do. I want to do round the edge again, just as a safety precaution. I think, even though everything's covered, but I can't see why I can't go round again, because I'm sure I've got enough to go round the whole perimeter of the pond and then the bottom. So I'm going to try and do the outside first, then the bottom, and then we'll go from there. I'm hoping today I'm going to get the liner in, because it's threatening to rain. I'm hoping it doesn't rain until tonight, because if it rains once the liner's in, I'm not too worried. Just don't particularly want to be squidging about mud again. So let's put that down. We can skip breakfast. So here is said underlay. I cut my finger yesterday. I caught it between the pole and the pole banger. Sliced quite large chunk of skin off, which quite painful. So don't cut. I don't suppose it really matters, does it? Okay, let's see how this is. Ooh. Oh, okay. You see, look, so when this was brought for me, you can't even see me, I'm sorry. When this was brought for me, I've never unwrapped it because I was too scared to unwrap it in case something happened to it. So I thought its best option was to stay all done up nicely. So I've not actually seen this out of its packing. So I'm just hoping that all the calculations that were made were correct. Because if not, we have a massive problem. Oh no! I'm quite concerned. Oh my god, how much sticky tape, people! I knew it had to be secured, but you know. Goodness gracious. Are these separate parts? They are! I assumed it was just going to be one big lump, but it's okay. Ah, see, there was me thinking. For those of you that remember the polytunnel going up with the lads, when I was doing all the inside bit once it was put up, before they came around to do the grass, I was putting the weed liner, weed membrane, whatever one, down in there. And for those of you that can remember this, I got lost underneath it for a spell, didn't I? Because I couldn't find my way out. And I was concerned. That I was going to end up doing the same thing. But hopefully not. So this is apparently 2 meters by 5 meters. 2 meters by 5 meters. And I have 1, 2, 3. And I think there might actually be some more in with the actual liner itself, she says. So, the only thing I'm concerned about is if I go putting all this round and then I don't have enough, and then I've got to take it down again. See, now, right, I'm thinking, she says, that if I just do one, open it all the way up, because the other ones that I've helped with, we doubled them, but obviously calculations were made correctly then, and I can't do these things. So I'm thinking I'm going to start the same spot again. Look, jinx myself. Yagan? Just like that. Now I do have join parts here, obviously, where some parts of the carpet are marrying up, so I don't want to do the same join parts if I can help it. I'm not sure why. I don't know whether that's a good thing. It's definitely not a bad thing, is it? So I don't know. As I said before, I am winging this. I do not have a scuba. Right, you know what? I'm pulling that all the way that way. It doesn't need to, does it? Because it doesn't matter how much it stays in the pond. So Vicky, it doesn't matter how much it's in the pond, it's all got to be in the pond. So if we take, I am so rambling. That's because you are here to talk to me. Right, shove that bit under there. And we're going to shove that bit there. Well, this bit doesn't have any holes in. That's a plus. I say that because obviously it's been in storage for a fair old while now. And I was concerned that something may have got into them and, you know, put a hole in. As I said, I've been too worried about opening them in case of damaging them. So I've left them wrapped and thought that we shall find this out together. Just got to pray that my bad luck, which I seem to be having a lot of, isn't going to interfere with my pond anymore. So I've had enough now. It needs to be done. Okay, so if that's the case, and then we do that, yeah? I think so. I think so. I mean, really, this bit doesn't need to be neat, does it? Because it's going under the liner. No one is going to see it, she says. Other than you, obviously, right now. I'm not seeing it. But I know it's there. Right, and then we'll take this bit up. So I'm not worried. Well, I do, because the bog planted it. I keep saying bog because other people keep calling it a bog. My planted area will be obviously done as well, but I'm really not concerned about that at the moment. It can just stay like that. Like I said, it's not technically part of the pond, like waterway, so I don't need to be worrying about that happening right this second, because it's a separate thing. Because it's not a bog filter. That's not the idea. There will be enough filtration going on in here without, like I said, there might be a slight top surface overlap, but don't worry about that. Okay, so I think, is that right? Yeah? I'm not sure, but that's how we're gonna do it. Yeah, so I'm gonna get round to doing the rest of it. I'm thinking if that's that, 1, 2, 3. Maybe 3 more. So yeah, it would be right, 3. Yeah, be right. And then hopefully I've got more in the other one to do the bottom. If not, this lot will come back down, be refolded, and put back in. So we'll find out. Well, you'll find out in like 30 seconds. I will find out though, hopefully shortly. Guys, I don't know whether that's me. Well, it looks big and huge now. And that's just the underlay. We had to do a bit of a patchy patch there, but all ground is covered. It was starting to look not too big, you know, when it was just a hole in the ground. But it's looking pretty big. I mean, bear in mind that it's just that section that's the pond. This is the planted bit. Yes, I know there's a hole there. It's there on purpose. We'll get to that at a later date, but that's for the pump, because I still want water to be moving in it. So obviously I needed enough room to sink a pump in. So We have a stone in there at the moment. But yeah, that's looking a bit big. Okay, right, liner, keep going before it gets too windy, before it rains, even though I'm getting bloody hot. Okie dokie. This is in. This is looking huge. What did I do? Okay. What did I do? Right, I am consuming. Okay, pond liner. This is the bit where it all could go very wrong. Of which, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit scared of. I've never done a liner on my own before. Okay, this is 6 meters by 10 meters according to said label. So, I suppose we start in the middle, work our way out, do you think? I don't know. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh no, we don't start in the middle. Maybe we do, I don't know. Right, let's just do this. Okay, we found the other end. We're good. We found the other end. Is there? Maybe I should have. Do these things come with instructions? Do they? I don't. No, it's fine. What is that? Yeah, we're good. It's fine. I'm sure it's universal. I'm sure it doesn't matter what way it goes. Oh. I'm hoping it's that way. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Fine. Have full faith in the measurements that you were given, Vicky. Full faith. Yeah, it'll be fine. We're good. Okay. I panicked. I may have had a wee little panic then, thinking, oh my god, it's not big enough. It'll be fine. I think it's meant to go the other way. Oh no, I know it's meant to go the other way. So, yeah, right, so there's no difference between one side and the other. So, let's move it to the right end first, shall we? So I'm assuming we go that way. I'm hoping this doesn't sound horrendous down this new mic. If it was the old mic, it definitely would have. I would have had to turn this off. So we're testing the new mic as well, people. You'll have to tell me how it sounds. Because unfortunately, unless I buy another phone, of which I've been told, don't buy another phone, buy a proper camera. How expensive those things are. Do we? Yeah, well, don't look if you've got a heart condition. Or you're on the same wage as I am. Right. Well, I can't even get it unfolded, people, not alone anything else. I mean, what the chuff. Right, Vicky, organise yourself. Come on. You can do this. You can do it. Defeat is not an option. It won't come apart from each other. I would call for help, but I don't know how much helpless I should be. Let's go at each other. I can see this turning into another episode of Where's Vicky? Underneath all this, I've had to lock the dogs away because Lily would not leave me alone, and she was causing all kinds of mayhem. all kinds of mayhem. Oh, come on. Now look, when I said this was going to be the difficult bit, I didn't mean just the unfolding. Right, hang on people. So, do this bit as well. Right, I'm thinking, sorry, I need to take my shoes off because I don't want to get in there with my shoes on. Okay, lining's in. Should we just fill it with water now? That's it, I'm done. I'm finished, people. Goodbye. Bye. Oh, this is quite warm. Right, okay. If I thought that was hard enough, the next bit's probably going to be even harder, which I'm not going to keep on camera for because I understand, like I said before, you're all probably screaming at me I'm doing it wrong. And you know what's coming next. I've got to go around and do all the pleats, haven't I? Which is the bit I have been dreading. Okay, I've got enough overhang each side for doing what I need to be doing. I'm happy with that. Because like I said, I will, at a later date, I will be trenching in so I can sink the liner down a little bit under the ground and dig it in so then that weights itself. But I'm not going to do that until obviously the water's in, because the weight of the water is obviously going to pull the liner down and could shift the liner. So I don't want to secure it in place if it's going to be wrong. So that's what I need to do. I need to go round and walk it round and find where my pleats are. So while I do that, which is probably going to take me the next hour, I'm getting really hot. It was really cool a little while ago when I first started, and I thought, oh, I won't put my shorts back on. It's all overcast and miserable. And the sun has come out, and now I'm really hot. So, right, yes, let me do this, and then I'll come back to you. We'll go through anything else I may have done, and then the next step I'm going to get wrong. See the bit? So the next job I want to do before I put water in is the bottom drains. So, like I said before, the idea is to have one here, which is the one that's going to be functional straight off the bat. And then my secondary one, which is going to be here, which for the moment is going to sit dormant, but it's going to be in the pond with pipe work out the pond, roughly where you are. So both my all my pipes are going to be coming off where you are sitting now, virtually, give or take a couple of inches. So, yeah, but that way then at least if they're both in, I don't have to worry about when it comes to this one being hooked up. The pipe work will be running. I'm sorry you're swaying because it's winding, it's blowing the flap of the liner that you're sitting on. Let's get this done quick. Yeah, so I'm going to publicly see that the pipe work's going to be going out, but then blanked off once it gets over there. So then that way then when it does come to the secondary filter, the secondary UV, the secondary skimmer, of which actually I don't have, so we'll go to that one once we get to the filtration system. I need to leave a gap for that. And the pump going on it, all I've got to do is just technically connect the pump and it'll be ready to go. Well, prime it, connect the pump, it'll be ready to go. And then hopefully it'll just pull. So, I'm going to get my two bottom drains, get the fixtures, and then we're going to get in here and we're going to start putting the bottom drains in. I'm not going to talk through anything. There's nothing really to talk through. If I'm being honest, I'm just hooking up two bottom drains. I'm using flexi pipe. We'll go through another date where I've decided to use flexi pipe instead of hard pipe. I understand that there is preferences to it, but yeah, it's my pond. This is what I'm doing. Right or wrong, this is what I'm doing. So, let's get the 2 bottom drains and all the pipe work, and then we can sit in here and get those plums in. And then next step. Okay, bottom drains, pipe work. I did it. I did it. Did a thing. Right, so we're gonna go this one. Come on, furthest one. So I'm using 2-inch flexi because the amount of twists and well, it's not twists and turns, but it's obviously it's going to run. So let me move it. Oh, God. So it's got to. This bit's nice and easy, yeah, nice and simple. Cross the bottom of the pond, cross here, which that's fine. We don't worry about that bit. Right, to this corner, up, and obviously out of the pond. Right, once it gets up out the pond, which I will show you next time, it's got to go up and then down underground to the filter. So instead of doing all the 90-degree bends, that obviously each time you use a 90-degree bend you're losing water pressure, because the water itself is just hitting a solid object and then deflecting off, yeah? Obviously if it's a rounded bend, it's going to flow. So this is what I've decided. After much research and listening to people that have told me stuff in the past, and my own research, I've decided to go for flexi, because then I won't hopefully be reducing the flow of my pumps quite as much as I would be with solid pipes, 90-degree bends, 45-degree bends, or whatever they are. All those technical terms, all the percentages of bends. Yeah, so I'm hoping that that's going to be the case. So I ordered also the bonus to flexi, or one of the bonuses to flexi is obviously it's less liable to crack because it's not rigid, it should flex. So if something was to be running over the top of it, whatever reason, hopefully, she says, it won't damage it as much. Also, when it comes to winter as well, the flexi pipe handles ice better than what rigid pipe does, because obviously this flexis, when ice forms, it expands the water, or it expands the vessel that it's in, which then means obviously if it's a solid structure, it's more liable to crack under pressure on joints, on bends, on things like that, where obviously flexi, you have got that movement in it. So hopefully it lessens the risk. I'm saying it's not going to happen, but it lessens the risk of it cracking under ice, pressure, whatever else. So I'm seeing this as bonuses, so we are going for it. I understand a lot of people have said to me to use rigid. I understand your reasoning, but for the amount of bends that I've got to do, especially when it gets to the filtration system, I think this is going to be easier. So that is how they're going to sit. I'm thinking like that. So this one is going to be my working one for now. This one is going to be capped off at the other end, sat dormant, but at least it's in, it should be functional. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. So yeah, so now these are in, guess what it's time for? It's time for water! Oh, this is so exciting and so worrying all at the same time. Oh no. I'm getting water in the pond, people. I'm getting water in the pond. This has been a bit of a long time coming, isn't it? It's going to be pretty slow though, so let's not get too excited. I'm not yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a little bit over this now. Huh. I'll be back. Let's just hope, keep your fingers crossed for me, that we don't have any massive problems. But for now, this is how it is. Woo! Nearly. You nearly went in. Okay, so I've got all this black pipe, which is what just knocked into you. Now it's sitting outside the pond. So in total, I bought 50 metres of it. So there is 25 metres per bottom drain, if you want. So I have a lot ruled up behind me. So yeah, so while this is filling over the next few days, and I'm slowly going around tweaking the liner that little bit more, you know, once there's obviously weight in it and making sure there's no issues, nothing sagging too far or whatever else we may come across. I'm going to be trenching out virtually where I'm sitting, where this pipe is right next to me. So the pipe's going to come up and over, down underground into there. So while this is filling, over the next few days, that's what I'm going to be getting on with. So, and then it'll be onto the filtration and fitting the, sorting out my waistlines, fitting out the pump, fitting the UV, yeah, and explaining to you all of that. Not that I'm not going to explain it to you. You guys know what it all is. So it began months ago, and now it is finishing. We are nowhere near done, but yet so much closer. So yeah. So for now, wonderful people, I'm going to love you and leave you. And yeah, I will see you later. Once I've dealt with all this pipe. You want to see me unrolling it? It was hilarious.